What is good, backup singers? It is your boy Joey Sings, and welcome back to my channel for a brand new video, baby. Listen, you guys, your boy is chilling over here on Twitch right now, and we is making things happen, you guys. We are finna dive into Anthony Padilla interviewing Philza, baby. Dadza, okay? Croza. Lord, how many nicknames Philza got? But we love him, you guys. If you are not on my Twitch, baby, click on the link in the description box below and come give your boy a follow, y'all. Period. Also, if you're not a backup singer before we get into the video, go ahead and smash that subscribe button as well as hit that bell to be notified when I upload brand new videos like this. It is that simple. Let's get into the video. Here we go.
I'm free to be me, I'm free to be happy, yeah. I'm free to be me, yeah.
Alrighty, you guys, so I got the video pulled up, and let's get into it.
I'm Anthony Padilla, and I spent a day with Philza to uncover the truth about the 5 relentless years he spent surviving and crafting a world block by block, only to lose it all.
Yes.
And how that single moment of failure catapulted his career to incomprehensible heights. He'll reveal how he went from making so little money, the government couldn't even tax him, to now supporting his entire family. And he'll address how the peer pressure to murder a main character in front of millions almost ruined him. Hello, Phil.
Oh my
Nice to meet
goodness.
you.
Okay, I'm excited.
By the way, this episode is sponsored by BetterHelp Online Therapy. Visit betterhelp.com/Padilla
Let's go.
because sometimes existing is exhausting.
Yes, it is.
Your story of how you exploded, I think, is incredible because it began with devastating failure.
Yeah.
You were playing hardcore Minecraft, meaning that if you die in the game, that is it. That is a permadeath. And you spent 5 years
Yep.
on this one single playthrough.
Yep.
And then a baby zombie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let me relive it.
The baby zombie, that
Sorry to give you
moment.
flashbacks. But you had thousands of hours of gameplay on there.
I'd spent a lot of time in it. It was mainly the only version of Minecraft that I liked playing.
You enjoyed the high risk.
Yes.
The one wrong move and you were gone forever.
Pretty much. It just made everything more
Forever.
significant. Everything I did, everything I made could just be gone in a flash.
What did that feel like in that moment when you lost everything?
Devastation, grief, and like this.
Listen, shout out to Nate Allen. Shout out to Nate Allen because Nate Allen told me about the Philza, the 5-year thing, and I had to go check that out for myself, and that was how I got into like Philza, and I have been obsessed ever since. Nate put me on to Philza, and now here I am. Let's go, Dadza.
And then eventually acceptance. And like eventually I started like tearing up because I was like realizing like, oh shit, it's actually just
Oh,
gone.
I remember
feel
that
like
video.
most
It broke my
people
heart.
Consider that to be the biggest failure. In that moment, you actually gained recognition around the world. You were like memed like crazy.
It was nuts because of everyone just spreading it and just being like, ha, it's pretty funny, but oh my god, that sucks. And news companies picked it up, and I was on the BBC. My gran like called me afterwards, was like, well, I just saw you on the telly. I was like, yes, gran.
That
What did
was
that teach you
me.
about failure?
You fail hard at something, the only way is up afterwards. If you
That
give
is
up, then
so
what was the
true.
point of the failure? You don't learn anything, you don't get any better. At the time, I was just devastated. It's a necessary like part of growing and necessary part of just getting better.
Do you have any idea how many hours you put into that specific?
I
say,
can
5?
get you the. It was a lot.
Is it thousands?
It was a lot.
Days of hours. So yeah, it was like thousands. It went up.
Wow. The
I remember
avalanche.
just being like, I can't believe that just happened. I wake up, go to work, come back from work, and then I noticed there's like a Reddit post that's gaining a lot of traction. One of my friends who was in the stream at the time
Yeah.
clipped it on Twitch. And then someone else took that clip, posted it to Reddit. I think they posted it a live stream fail. And then after that, it just went. And I was like, the views keep climbing. It's on 60,000. And then like next day it was on 100,000. I was like, it's not stopping. Again,
Oh,
I kept waking up, going to
wow.
work, coming home, and it was just like climbing and climbing and climbing. I think the BBC interview was the wildest because I was on national television. They wanted me to come down to the studio, and I was like, no. That sounds stressful. A lot of the news outlets just focused on how funny it was. Even the presenter of the BBC was like in disbelief when he was talking about it. He's like, you lost it to a baby zombie? I was like, yes.
How did that start changing your numbers in terms of viewership, subscribers, all that?
Slow at first. It was like a couple of hundred, and it stayed at a couple of hundred for a bit. It got higher and higher and higher when they realized I was going to keep playing hardcore and I was going to try and beat the next record. I was like, oh man, I should probably start uploading more content to YouTube as well. So in doing that, it also brought more people in. I made a montage of the 5-year world as well, which really popped off. I think that's sitting at like 20 million views or something.
Damn.
Oh, wow.
I think making that was the main kind of like jump off point. But if I hadn't have made that montage, I don't think it would have gotten shared as much as it did.
What was your childhood like?
I think kids growing up now do spend a ton of time playing video games. But the difference was, back then when I was younger, it was just a very solo thing, and I just did not want to go outside or play with anybody. I remember my mum being like really worried about me. She was like, he's not going to grow up like with any friends, gonna have like social anxiety, all this stuff, which I kind of did. But besides the point, I was just all about video games.
Oh, Philza.
And I liked just the control and like the basic sort of like, I can do this and get good.
It's so like when I see people's stories and it's like the things that they say, like somehow they resonate. Because with me, I grew up like I love being outside, I love being around people, to now being an adult, and I'm just like, people, ew. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what it is. Like, people today are just so toxic, maybe. So now I would rather stay in my house and watch other videos and just interact and learn and get to know people and do stuff like this, because some people are just mean.
Just grow from that, pretty much.
Was there a reason that you avoided interacting with other kids?
Other kids just scared me. I was just always worried.
That part.
I got bullied a lot when I was younger. To such a point where I got moved out of my school to a new one. Back then I had like super blonde hair, and I stood out like amongst everybody who had like brown and black hair, and I was very pale. So I feel like that was like a key factor.
Kids are mean.
It was just constant. And
I got bullied
my hair and
a lot.
pushed me on the ground. Because of that initial bullying at the start, I was just so untrustworthy of just anyone that was nice to me, because I thought it was just a trick. One day I listened to my mum and went outside and tried to play with the kids. They heard that I had a swing set and a slide in my back garden, and they were just like, can we go in your back garden and play on the swing? Can we go? And then I was just like, sure, yeah, I'll trust you. It immediately got broke by some big kid on a skateboard. He like rode down it, and my mum got like really pissed. She like kicked them out. But I remember speaking to them, and they just didn't want anything to do with me. You know how kids can be? They're so mean.
So mean.
Especially at a young age. So I just took that pretty hard and just doubled down on being alone.
You can vividly
I do not
remember
blame
one of the
him.
first memories that shaped you.
Gods, Metroland, rest in peace. You know how like when you grow up and like you realize you can only remember back so far? This moment was like the moment my brain turned on.
This
like,
is your like first memory that you can remember.
It's pretty high up there, yeah. But it was such a pinnacle moment of me just like realizing that I wasn't invincible. I was just an absolute lunatic child. I would climb on trees. I would jump on buildings. I say buildings, they were like small buildings, don't worry.
You're like a parkour kid.
At a very early age, I was just climbing on shit I wasn't meant to climb on. There was these steps that went all the way up to the roller coaster. And I remember running up those steps, just like feeling like on top of the world. And my dad just went, whoa, stop, you'll break your spine, you'll crack your head open. And I was just like, and just froze and then just slowly curled up on a ball on the step. And I remember that was like the first moment where I like felt, oh shit,
no,
I could die at any moment. Like, I'm not in control as much as I thought I was. That what happened leads me to just kind of like plan for the worst in most cases. When I go into like a cinema, for example, I'll know how long it takes to get to the fire exit. When people come in, I'll be like, okay, this person probably can't run very fast. This person definitely is going to get ahead of me.
Oh my god.
So I'm just thinking, okay, if I get up, I can grab her, we can run that way, it's faster that way. I go down the stairs, I might trip here, but if I do trip, I can fall into this bit. I try to map out every scenario in my head.
Oh,
Have you already mapped out how long it would take you to get out of here?
Yeah, roughly about like 10 seconds about 8 seconds if I hop the table.
Oh, you're gonna hop the
But
table.
you've got that driveway too, so I'd have to hop that if it's locked, which I'm assuming it's locked.
It's not locked. I mean, it is locked.
It is locked.
It is locked, and we have an
It is locked, and
There's
we have
several armed
security.
guards outside with guns.
Yes, because it's legal in America.
Yep.
We got guns.
When did you start streaming?
I want to say 2006 or 7.
Oh, wow.
This was on Twitch,
Justin.tv.
which was called Justin.tv.
Yep, the old little monkey in the corner.
Oh, my
I
goodness.
used to make videos.
I had just
and,
graduated high
montages.
school.
I would also watch live streams, watching the live stream through Windows Media Player with like this weird link that they gave you at 240p, I think, or less. So I've always been into media and like sharing media. I always found it really fascinating and fun. So as soon as I realized I could do that live, I was like, holy shit, I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna do it.
Did anyone watch you back then?
Barely, like 1 to 2 people maybe. And then like eventually, the more I did it, the more friends I'd made would join. And just
I love
hang
that.
out and just be like, oh, Phil's streaming, I'll just see what he's up to.
What drew you to live stream? Was it feeling like you were with friends?
The live interaction with chat, being able to see like some of my friends like respond and stuff to funny things that happened, and also just kind of having like some sort of a catalog of just stuff that I did. Like anything cool I did on a game wouldn't just be for me anymore. I could share it.
Video games were kind of
I love
escapism.
that.
What were you escaping from?
It's reality, pretty much. I was so bored of it.
Just
like,
reality's
yeah,
too boring.
school,
That is why I started making
just,
videos.
like, walk places.
That is legit why I started making videos. It was I started making YouTube videos to escape reality. Like, oh my goodness.
Having to move my body.
Yeah, pretty much. I was just like, man, I really enjoy playing this game where I can fly. That's cool.
Yeah.
Way more fun than real life.
And you met a lot of people through streaming, even if it was only to like a handful of people, including your wife. who
Yeah,
is here.
he's on the back. Hello.
Hello. Oh, and by the way, this episode is sponsored by Surfshark VPN. An app
Okay.
and browser extension that lets you virtually place your computer or your phone anywhere in the world and allows you to access the internet as if you
I'm
were
trying to
there
be anywhere in
instead.
the world.
Why would you want that? Let's say you are in a very particular mood after watching this episode and you want to watch some Minecraft story mode. So you open up Netflix and it's not streaming in your country. Don't worry, I got you. Change your location to the UK where it is available. And more animated, plot-driven Minecraft than you ever knew existed.
Oh,
Surfshark
wow, I didn't know that
also
was a
adds an
thing.
extra layer of security when you're online by encrypting all the information sent between your device and the internet, helping to keep all your passwords
Okay.
and your data safe on an unlimited number of devices.
I'm gonna have to get
with
this
just
shark
one
person.
account. By the way, they offer a 30-day money-back guarantee, so the only risk you run is that you like it too much and you won't be able to exist without it.
Period.
So visit surfshark.deal/Anthony.
I
Scan
am
the QR code
after
on the
this
screen
video.
to go support them.
'Cause I need to
support
talk to
us,
Surfshark.
and surf the web safely from anywhere. Now, back to the world of Philza.
I was basically streaming Minecraft Hardcore, the 5-year world I lost, and she joined the chat and was just like, hey, what's up? Like, just
Yeah.
wanted to like talk. I ended up taking her on a tour of my whole world at the time. She was in my chat specifically to learn about Minecraft because she used to work with kids, and like that was something that they were super interested in. So she wanted to know more about it to better kind of reward them for good behavior and that.
And she was learning from you.
Yes,
Yeah,
how
pretty much.
You met up in
cute.
person, the rest was history.
Oh, dude, you skipped a huge.
10 days later.
She kind of just became friends with like my friends at the same time, and then eventually we spent more time together as well, playing games. Like she was on my streams and stuff. We added each other on Discord, so I made like a little server for us just to hang out.
Just for you two.
I was like, I have this other server, but do you want to join this one? Just hang out, watch movies.
Oh, oops, there's no one else here.
I think our official first date that I can remember was not even a date on her end, but in my head I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. We're alone in a call and we're watching Tron Legacy. And then eventually, like later, I kind of confess. Rest is history.
Aww.
How much did your financial situation change?
Astronomical. It was ridiculous. I'd never seen that much money in my life. I was just like, what the is happening? I felt like I was in Monopoly. I was like,
Oh my
everyone just
goodness.
land on my square at the same time. What the? I was probably earning just roughly like I would say $14,000 a year, and I was also putting like half of that into the house with my mother. For a good while, I was barely getting taxed, because I just wasn't earning enough.
Yeah.
People come at my channel like, I'm going to uni. You got any tips on like eating like cheap? And I was like, noodles, amazing. You just
Noodles,
get tons
yes.
of noodles for like super cheap. Put a bit of ham in them one day, bit of chicken in the next day, bit of sweet corn in the next
Ooh,
day.
so much variation.
Every day of the week, you can have a different meal, but it's still noodles.
But it's
Ben
still
was prepared to
ramen.
start slurping. You're going to be slurping
Let's
a lot. You
go.
were blowing up, seeing insane numbers on Twitch. You were seeing insane numbers on YouTube, but you still worked at your day job throughout that whole process.
Yep, still worked in retail. Even like 3 of my friends at my retail job who knew what Twitch was, they were screaming at me to quit my job. I was so convinced it was just going to be one of those like 15 minutes of fame moments where you just like popular for a bit and then. So I was like, I'm just going to take it easy. I'm going to keep doing what I've always been doing. I'm going to make videos. I'm going to stream and see where it goes. And if it goes
I
somewhere,
love that.
then I'll quit. So I think I waited like about 2 months, maybe 3 months.
So you didn't have confidence that it would go anywhere?
No. zero confidence. I was
Aw.
way too like accustomed to the internet as a whole, like how things get viral and then just disappear, and everyone's
Exactly.
always chasing after that sort of
Yeah.
like viral hit. And I was just thinking, well, it seems like it's gone viral. I'm being contacted by news outlets all over the place,
Yeah.
and literally almost everyone has seen it, but I'm still convinced at some point it will go in. I don't want to give up my day job and literally lose my income because I wasn't making.
Oh,
a lot
I
of money
completely
at the time.
understand.
I was like bare bones, like helping my mum pay the bills. The moment it changed, where it like really was a wake up call to me, was when I got my first big paycheck from YouTube. I looked at the numbers and I was like, shit, that's like how much I would earn in 2 years at my job.
One paycheck.
And I made that in a month. And I was like, oh, I have to do something. And I put in my 2 weeks notice not long after that. Much to the hate from my manager, she did not like that. She didn't talk to me for like 2 weeks.
Oh
The entire time.
no!
She like barely said anything.
Yeah.
Normally she'd be very chatty.
Yeah.
Did not chat to me at all.
What do you think struck her?
I think she was just like mad that I was leaving, or like got successful. I don't know.
You f***er, you were
Okay.
dreams. You piece of shit.
How dare you quit your job to go be
Making too little to
successful?
be taxed on, and you were still giving half your paycheck to help with the family home.
At that point, when I had that job, I lost my dad in like 2009.
Oh no!
And that was pretty bad. He was already like not on the way out, but essentially he was already leaving my mother. He was leaving her because like she could not handle just his bullshit, pretty much. He drank a lot, and it was not physical violence, but it was like mental abuse. And she put up with it for the entirety of me and my sister's childhood.
So it was for you.
For us. She is an absolute trooper. Age of like teenager, I kind of knew what was going on. I became like her main ally. We tried helping him. He always went back. He always relapsed. He would like literally gaslight my mother into thinking that money was just missing. He would just threaten to leave every time because we were not financially stable without him. He was quite happily just like leaving me, my mother and my sister to just fend for ourselves. So eventually it got to a point where my mother was like, okay, you're old enough, we have enough money, I'm gonna divorce him, I can't take it anymore. I was like, okay. But then after he died, we were like actually on our own. So it just boiled down to, okay, knuckle down, what can we cut, what can we like spend less on? She was like, I'm gonna have to ask more for this month. I was like, absolutely. She already felt guilty about taking money off me, and like she had to ask for more because she was just not like making enough. And I was like, I'll help, it's no problem. But like when everything started to pop off in 2019 and like I started to become more popular, I was like, holy shit, I can take care of her. I can like actually look after her now. Like she doesn't have to worry about anything.
that.
Was that the first thought that went through your head when you saw your paycheck?
Yeah, I remember I was in the car and we were going shopping, and I looked at my phone. I got like the email from Google. I was like, "Mom, look at this." She was like, "Oh my god!" She like froze. She had like stopped where she was in the street, and I was like, "It's okay, it's all right. I'm gonna see what I can do with this." In secret, I paid off the mortgage as a Christmas present.
Oh.
I rang up the bank and I was like, "Okay, I want to do this in secret. Please don't send any email notifications." And then just gave her a little card at Christmas, and she
I
broke down.
love
The
that.
happiest I think I've ever like seen her. It was just so cool to do that.
I love it.
Do you have a fear of losing everything that you built?
I mean, that's always up here, but
Yeah.
I'm very careful. Like, I don't spend too much money. I'm not investing in risky things, you know. I'm not doing anything crazy that would lose everything in a heartbeat. I'll always have those savings, and if everything disappeared tomorrow, I'd be good. I'd be all right.
Do you feel pressure to
I love
constantly
that.
grow or maintain your numbers?
To some extent, yeah. People will still watch me if I just hang out and just do what I've been doing this whole time. And I know people will eventually get bored and move on to new things. And that's totally fine. But I don't want to have the pressure mold me to such a way that I change completely. I
Exactly.
want to just do what I like.
Exactly.
And if people want to watch me enjoy things I like, then that's cool. But I'm not going to be like, you know, Minecraft isn't performing very well, I think I'm going to switch to Fortnite. I'd much rather just be happier doing what I like to do. And I feel like a lot of people lose sight of that. Communities are built around the person. As long as you're having fun and providing content,
Philza.
you can be playing anything. During the Dream SMP, like all my friends were doing like role play on Dream SMP, and that's when it was blowing up with the whole Lemanberg phase. And I was watching them just like skyrocket in popularity. And then my friend Wilbur
Said?
yeah, he convinced
Wilbur Said?
He's like, I really want Phil on the server, and I think he could be a good part of the team. And Dream was just like, sure, he sounds like a cool guy. Let's get him on. I joined at one of the most pinnacle moments, some would say, and I killed Will.
So you were a key player, a villain.
What's funny about that is I didn't know I was joining to kill him. We secretly logged on, and he was like, Phil, I need help with TNT placement. I'm so scared I'm going to blow up the server. Will didn't tell me previously that I was going to kill him or anything like that. He was just like, you're going to show up, and you're going to stop me from pressing the button. And I was like, okay. And it's going to fail, and everything's going to blow up, and that's going to be it. In my head, like, we were role-playing, and I never really did. And I could tell he really wanted me to kill him. I was like, shit, I'm gonna have to just, okay, alright, if I don't do it, it's fail RP. If I go, Phil, then Will, do I kill you? Do I kill you now? That's fail RP. So I he told me afterwards, he's like, Phil, that's great. I was like, man, you didn't tell me I was gonna do that. He's like, better reactions, really, if you don't tell people.
True. So all the reactions to you killing him were real.
Yep, nobody knew.
What impact did that have on your viewership?
Oh, wow.
So I went from like 2,000, 5,000 viewers.
That moment
to
was history.
From 40,000 to
That moment was history. We are not going to act like when that moment happened, when we got into the Dream SMP, all reaction channels felt the same. Me, Nate, Hot Sauce Beats, Yo, It's Video, I think Curtis seen it, all of us. All of us had that same reaction at that moment, like, holy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that moment is historic.
100,000. And I couldn't quantify the numbers. I was looking at it, I was like, that's not real. And I remember the viewership got so nuts. It started to get to me a little bit. I was like, shit, I need to not look at this number. And I figured out that you can click the button on OBS. If you click viewership, it just vanishes.
Little tip for small streamers, by the way. You can just click this and hide it. Don't look at the viewer count. It will ruin you.
So, like, whenever I was streaming and the viewership climbed and climbed and climbed and climbed, and I noticed it started to mess with me a bit, I was, like, really self-conscious. I was like, click it. So
that is smart.
And I just look at chat.
I had Tubbo on here, and he mentioned you specifically as the person that told him how to turn off the viewer count so it didn't go to his head.
Toby really needed that. I think it was like messing with him. It's the fluctuation. Like the highs and the lows make you think you're doing something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That's not necessarily the case. So giving him that option to just like not look at it, I think is very crucial to a lot of people, not just Toby. At that point, if you're worrying too much about the viewership, you're not entertaining anybody. You're concentrating too much on numbers. You're not having a good time. It's just bad all around.
Instead of you and your audience, it becomes you and you.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's just you talking to yourself in your head about
always.
What does this mean?
That is me.
What am I gonna do?
You put yourself in a loop and you can't get out. It's super important to just kind of disconnect from the numbers and pay attention to the people in your chat.
Dadza!
You're seen as a father figure for the community.
Yeah.
In many ways. People call you Dadza.
Yeah.
By the way, huge announcement. We are hosting a free live show on July 15th, and the production value is completely bonkers. You are not going to want to miss this. I'm going to fall through the ceiling live. Are you really going to make me fall through the ceiling live?
Absolutely.
And if you join us, you'll have a chance to make me spin the wheel of misfortune. A fun game my team put together for me. You'll get to know the team that helped make this show possible, and we'll run through the process from beginning to end of how this show is made. We'll also be doing a live Q&A where you guys can ask me all those deep questions that have been festering within you, boiling up, that you are just dying to ask me. Do I really have to answer all these questions?
Yes.
I am answering all of your questions. And to top it off, we'll be unveiling our new logo live. Click the link down in the description below to get notified when that is happening. Now, back to the world of Philza. Do you see yourself as kind of a father figure for the community?
A terrible father figure. I mean, I swear all the time.
But
dude,
it's
so weird when like parents come up to me with their kids, and like the kids are definitely too young to watch me. And they're like, "Oh, he watches you all the time. He loves you." And I'm like, I swear so much.
So much.
I'm constantly saying shit. I do it as a joke sometimes. Every sentence I have ends with and they're letting them watch. Okay, so I don't think I'm a very good father figure. I just give advice that is like what people sometimes need to hear. I think, you know what's funny? The reason why I get called that is Will, because I was just the older person of the group, pretty much. I'm only 34.
Hey, we are the same age. Okay.
Same.
You're talking shit about Phil. You're talking shit about me.
And me.
It doesn't hurt them.
And me, all of us, we're the same age.
Do you feel pressure to live up to this role model father figure?
A tiny bit, but not that much. People would try and put me on a pedestal, but I'll knock that pedestal right the f down. I'm just not the dude. I think for the most part, it's a lot of people that
I'm
don't
just not
have
the dude.
a father in their life, or their dad's a piece of shit. Bro, my dad was a piece of shit. I turned out alright.
Yeah.
I was fine. You don't need a good dad to be a nice person.
Facts.
Learn from other people.
You do
can
not
find
need a
role
good dad
models
to be
in
a
other
good
people.
person.
I feel like that's a much more important way of like building who you want to be, essentially.
Yeah.
You know, nobody's perfect, but if you can take good aspects from other people and put them together, you can be like, okay, that's the person I want to be.
Facts.
We talked about all the incredibly positive side effects of blowing up. Are there any negative side effects that you witnessed?
The hate.
When it comes to like viewership increasing, there's a lot of like hate that comes with that because they think, why is this person popular? And I didn't really experience it all that much until I joined the Dream SMP.
Just a huge amount of exposure.
Yeah. With more exposure comes more eyes, and with more eyes comes more people that don't like you that much. It's just basic math.
So
like
true.
more people watching you, there's gonna be people that like you, but the people that don't like you also grows. You essentially get put on this giant pedestal of like, this person has to be perfect, otherwise they do not deserve anything. I try not to let it bother me too much because it is such a small fraction of people.
That is
And
so
a
true.
lot of the time, it's people that don't even watch you.
Exactly.
What has been your most bizarre fan interaction?
This one time I was just in a game store.
Yeah.
I have this sense when I know someone's wanting to talk to me. I got this feeling and I was like, I'm just gonna ignore that, it's fine. It was just this little kid just like hanging out.
Yeah.
But the thing that sort of indicated it a lot more to me was he said to his mum, hey mum, look at this cool gun. But like in a really weird way, like not the way a kid talks.
Oh.
He definitely
refined.
thought about that sentence a lot. Like after about, I want to say like 20 seconds, he just turns around and just looks at me and just goes, hi Phil. I was like, hi mate. Yeah, like I got a shock. I'm just like, oh, it was very sad what happened to you in that cave with the baby zombie. Rest in peace. Without missing
Oh.
a beat, I immediately just react to him. I just go, yes, that was very, very messed up. Thank you. Thank you. I bowed back to him.
Just you and this kid bowing to each
he's
other
like
in the
this
back
big.
of a GameStop.
He's like this big. We're just bowing to each other in the game store. Just like, what am I doing?
Oh, what am I doing? You are being Philza. We
What's
love
next
that.
for Philza? Do you have any big projects in the works?
Nothing crazy. I'm pretty chill. I'm quite happy.
I'm
just
pretty
staying in my
chill.
own
I
lane,
love
just,
that.
like chugging along. I just enjoy like playing the game that I love and just like hanging out, talking to chat. Like I don't want to do anything crazy. I don't have any huge plans.
A lot of people feel like they have to have a huge, lofty goal that they're working toward,
Yeah.
and they're made to feel lazy if they don't. But in reality, isn't what we really want in life to be content?
I think so. Yeah. I fully understand people that want to have lofty goals and they want to do like everything. I get it. But like I'm fine. Like I'm good.
You mean you're good living in the moment as the
I'm
moment
good.
exists?
Yes.
I'm very happy.
I
in
love
this
that.
moment right now. It's great.
What is it about doing what you do that brings you the most joy?
I get a lot of messages from people saying like, "Oh, I had a shit day, but like I turned on your stream and now I'm happy." And I keep telling everybody I'm just playing block game.
Yeah.
I'm literally just a dude.
I'm just playing the
behind
block
desk.
game.
But if I can provide a space for people to be safe, acknowledged, feel valid, and just comfortable, like that's an amazing thing, and I wouldn't change that for the world. That's just so cool.
I spent a day with
I love
Philza,
that.
and one thing that really sits with me is his perspective that failure is an inevitable, necessary part of growth. Which makes me wonder, how many of the things in my life that I once considered to be catastrophic failures were actually the catalyst for the things that I now appreciate most?
Ooh.
The funniest part is like the misinformation of me being old goes so far that like people actually think I'm like 50. Like it's gotten that bad. People will have this sudden realization that I'm not 50 and be like, what the fuck? Wait.
I see when your name is brought up, old.
Yeah, it's just a meme at this point.
It's probably just the 12-year-olds too. Anyone over the age of 20 when you're 12 is old.
True.
It's really weird when you pass the age in which your parents gave birth to you.
I don't really think about that. Oh
Yeah.
God, Anthony.
I know.
Oh my goodness, you guys. This was incredible. I loved every bit of it. Trying to fight back emotions. Oh, I just got so emotional when I saw that. Rest in peace, Techno. Love him, miss him, still feels not real. It still feels like it's not real. And I'm fighting emotions right now, but I am here for this video, you guys. Period. Alrighty, you guys, there you have it. Me reacting to Philza, you guys, sitting down with Anthony Padilla, and I am here for the video. If you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a big old thumbs up and leave me a comment down below letting me know what is something that you learned about Philza from this video, you guys. Period. Let's talk about it. If you're not a backup singer, you made it this far in the video, go ahead and become one. Smash that subscribe button as well as hit that bell to be notified when I upload brand new videos like this. Don't forget to love yourself, love someone else, and I will see you guys next time. Deuces.